Okay, lads, so today we're going to look at solving a quadratic equations using the formula. So it's the formula that we're going to be using is called the quadratic formula, or I'll often refer to it as the minus b formula. Okay, so up to this point we've been using factorizing to factorize the quadratics first and then solving. We can use this quadratic formula to solve any quadratic equation, alright? But in certain cases, if it tells me to give my answer to a certain amount of decimal places, or it might say to leave it in surd form, which means in square root form, that means I have no choice but to use the formula. I cannot factorize it, I have to use the formula. Now this question is asking me to give it to 3 decimal places. Before I start to answer the question and use the formula, I must ensure that this is in the correct form. Ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, so I'll check it. I have my x squared value, my x value, my number value, and it is equal to 0. And also my coefficients here are integer values, so I'm ready to start. Okay, so first thing I need to do is I need to identify the a value, the b value, and the c value. So my a value here is 2, so I list that down. A equals 2. My b value is minus 5. The number in front of the x is minus 5, so b is equal to minus 5. And my c value is the number at the end, which is minus 21. Okay, now I'm going to write my formula. X equals minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So this is a very important quadratic formula, or I will refer to it as the minus b formula. This formula is in your tables, but we should become so familiar with it that we don't need to refer to our tables each time. Okay, now it's just a case of subbing in the values. So I get x equals minus b. Now b was minus 5, so it's minus 5. And then I have plus minus, which will give me 2 answers at the end, which I always get when I solve a quadratic, times the plus minus square root of b to be squared, which is minus 5 to be squared, minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is minus 21, all over 2 times a, which is 2 times 2. So this gives me x equals 5 minus minus 5 is 5, plus minus the square root of, now here's where people make the mistake, lads. When I'm squaring minus 5, it becomes a plus answer. Minus 5 by minus 5 gives me plus 25, and then I have minus 2 by 4, which is minus 8 times minus 21. Minus 8 times minus 21 is plus 168, all over 4. Okay, continue to tidy up. So I get x equals 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 plus 168 is 173, so 193, all over 4. Okay, so we're just there now. The plus minus now will give us the 2 answers. X equals 5 plus the square root of 193 over 4, or x equals 5 minus the square root of 193 over 4. So I can go to my calculator, open up the fraction button, and I'll say on the top 5 plus the square root of 193 divided by 4 equals, now it gives my answer in surd form, so I can use the SD button now to change that to decimal, and I need that to 3 decimal places. So it's 4.7231, which means it's going to be 4.723. X equals 4.723. Okay, now the quickest way to do this to get the other answer, leave my information in the calculator and just press back to change that to a minus and press equals. Now it gives it in surd form, so press the SD button again and I get my other answer, minus 2.223. So x equals minus 2.223. So there are my 2 solutions. I'll just put a line down the middle so you can see I have 2 clear solutions. Okay, just to recap, it must be in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Find the a, b, c value, sub it into the formula, simplify the formula until you get to this point, and then split it up into a plus value and a minus value to get your 2 solutions.